Welcome to Beyond the Brackets. In today's topic, we'll discuss analytic functions. Formally, a function f of z is said to be analytic at z0 if it is differentiable at every point in sub-neighborhood of z0, that is, f dash of x exists for all z such that modulus of z minus z0 is less than epsilon, where epsilon is greater than 0. An analytic function is also known as regular or holomorphic function. A point at which a function ceases or fails to be analytic is called a singular point. If f of z is analytic at every point in the complex plane, then f of z is said to be an entire function. Examples of entire functions are e power z, sin z, and polynomials. These functions are differentiable at every point in the complex plane and hence they are analytic everywhere. Therefore, they are called entire functions. Cauchy-Riemann equations, also known as CR equations, is an important concept given as for a function f of z is equal to u plus iv, where z is equal to x plus iy, the necessary and sufficient condition for f of z to be analytic in a domain are: firstly, the first order partial derivatives of u and v must exist and be continuous. Second, the Cauchy-Riemann equations must be satisfied. The Cauchy-Riemann equations can also be written in polar form. If we express the function in terms of r and theta, the equations take this form. The first question is given as: show that f of z is equal to z cube is analytic for all z. To proceed with the solution, consider z and f of z, where f of z is given as z cube. Substitute the value of z as x plus iy. We obtain x plus iy whole cube. This can be expanded using the formula a plus b whole cube. So we get x cube plus iy cube plus 3x square into iy plus 3x into iy square. Separating the real part from the imaginary part, we get x cube minus 3xy square as the real part and 3x square y minus y cube as the imaginary part, where u is taken as the real part and v is taken as the imaginary part. To find the partial derivatives, first differentiate u with respect to x. We get 3x square minus 3y square. V with respect to x, we get 6xy. U with respect to y, we get minus 6xy. V with respect to y, we get 3x square minus 3y square. Since u and v are polynomials, their partial derivatives are continuous everywhere. Moreover, ux is equal to vy and uy is equal to minus vx. This implies that the CR equations are satisfied and hence f of z is analytic. Second question says show that f of z is equal to z plus z bar is not analytic. So here z is x plus iy, which implies z bar will be x minus iy, and f of z is taken as u plus iv. F of z is given as z plus z bar. Substitute the value of z and z bar. We get x plus iy plus x minus iy, which simplifies to 2x. So here there is no imaginary part, only real part is left, that is taken as u, and v will be equal to 0. Differentiating u partially with respect to x, we get 2, partially with respect to y, we get 0. Differentiating v partially with respect to x, we get 0, and differentiating v partially with respect to y, it's 0. Here ux is not equal to vy, so the CR equations are not satisfied, hence f of z is not analytic. Next question says show that f of z is equal to e power z is analytic. For the solution, we take z is equal to x plus iy, where f of z will be u plus iv. F of z is given as e power z. Substitute the value of z, we get e power x plus iy, which can be written as e power x into e power iy. Since e power iax is cos ax plus I sin ax, so e power iy will be cos y plus I sin y. Separating the real and imaginary part, the real part is given as u is equal to e power x into cos y, and the imaginary part is given as v is equal to e power x into sin y. To find the partial derivatives, differentiate u partially with respect to x. Cos y will be constant, differentiation of e power x will be e power x. Differentiating v partially with respect to x. Sin y will be constant, differentiation of e power x will be e power x. Differentiating u partially with respect to y, e power x will be constant, differentiation of cos y will be minus sin y. Differentiating v partially with respect to y, e power x will be constant, differentiation of sin y will be cos y. Here ux is equal to vy and uy is equal to minus vx, so the CR equations are satisfied, hence f of z is analytic. Let's look into the last question. Determine P so that the function f of z is an analytic function. Since f of z is given as analytic function, it satisfies the CR equations. Separating real and imaginary parts of f of z, we get real part u is equal to 1 by 2 into log of x square plus y square, and imaginary part v as tan inverse px by y. Differentiating u partially with respect to x, 1 by 2 is constant. Differentiation of log of x square plus y square will be 1 by x square plus y square. Again, differentiation of x square will be 2x and y square will be 0. Differentiating v partially with respect to x, we get differentiation of tan inverse px by y will be 1 by 1 plus px by y whole square. Again, differentiation of px by y with respect to x will be p by y. Differentiating u partially with respect to y, again 1 by 2 will be constant. Log of x square plus y square will be 1 by x square plus y square. Differentiation of x square will be 0 and y square will be 2y. Differentiating v partially with respect to y, tan inverse px by y will be 1 by 1 plus px by y square. Again, differentiation of px by y, here px will be constant, differentiation of 1 by y will be minus 1 by y square. Since f of z is analytic, equating the CR equations, ux will be equal to vy and uy will be equal to minus vx. These equations satisfy only if p is equal to minus 1. Therefore, f of z is analytic when p is equal to minus 1.